Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a TARDIS teleport system in Minecraft that can take you to 16 different locations, all controlled by 4 levers. This is a super cool project that uses redstone and command blocks, and it makes it feel like you're on Doctor Who. Now, so the idea is we have 4 different levers. Each lever is leveled by A, B, C, and D. Since we have these 4 different levers, we could make 16 different locations with these 4 levers. If we had 5 levers, we should be able to make 25 different locations. But currently we're just going to use 4 different levers. And depending if it's on or off, this will give us powered and non-powered. So powered is of course on and non-powered is off. So for powered, we're going to leave it on A, and non-powered is going to be A apostrophe. And the same thing's going to be here. Right now it's set to off. So when it's off, it's B non-powered, which will be B apostrophe. So once we get that, once we know that, we need to get the location of each one of these. So we're going to get the location of A right here. We're going to go ahead and click on F3, and it's going to give us the target block of negative 136, negative 53, negative 122. And then we get the rest of them, which is this one right here, which is negative 134, negative 53, negative 120, and so on. So once we get all those targets, we're going to go ahead and go to our command center, which is way over here, where we're going to create our redstone base. So we're going to go up here, and I went ahead and preloaded some of the signs so we can know where to put the things, where to put the command blocks. So in here, what we kind of want to do is we be part a little bit. So first, before we start our grid, the way we're gonna look at our grid is from here. Here's will be our viewing grid, and I'm gonna go ahead and put up the grid that I created. For this grid, we need to create AND logic gates. The reason we're creating these AND logic gates is because we're gonna go ahead and combine A, B together, C, D together, and then from those we're gonna make another AND gate connecting AB to CD together. So if all of them are on, then that means that we're gonna go ahead and get power. Now to create this AND gate, you're gonna go ahead and see that we need to put 3 blocks. From those 3 blocks, then we need to put 3 torches, and then we need 2 repeaters. Once we have that, that pretty much creates our AND logic gate, and this will go ahead and power our command block, be able to transport us wherever we need to. So here we have, on the left we have AB, and on top we have CD. So like I was saying earlier, we have A apostrophe, C apostrophe, D apostrophe, and B apostrophe. So we have all of those, meaning all of them are off. So the top corner, which is T0, which is teleport location 0, we have them all off. So if all of them are off, it will take us to that location. And then we'll go ahead and say, if we want A, B powered, but CD non-powered, it will be T12. So T12, that'll be a different location. So that's when those two are powered and so on. So that's what we're going to go ahead and create there. So now we're going to go ahead and start creating all our command blocks here. So we're going to go ahead and put a command block here and make sure we put on repeat. And then we're going to go ahead and type in the code execute if block minus the location of the block that we have on lever A, which is 136, negative 53, and negative 122. Once we have that, we want to know what kind of block is it. So the block that we're using is Minecraft lever. So I'm going to just type in lever. Now that we have lever, we're going to put the square bracket. Square bracket, we want to know if it's powered. We want to know if the powered is true. So we're going to go ahead, powered is true. And we're going to go ahead and close the square bracket. Make sure that it says here, it says needs redstone. Make sure it's always on, repeated, or repeat. We're going to go ahead and press done. And then we're going to go ahead and create a comparator. So we're going to put the comparator in here. And then make sure we put it on subtractor. And then we're going to go ahead and put the lamp in here. The reason we're going to put a lamp here is just to let us know if it's active or non-active. So here we have A. We know it's not powered because we have it off, so it's not turning on. So we're going to go ahead and copy this one. Paste it again over here. The way we're going to copy this block, this command block, is hold the control button, press the middle button, and then once we do that, we're able to copy it and paste it. And the reason we do that is just to make it a lot easier, where we could just change this from true to false. So we change it to false, and then make sure, like I said, always on, repeat, done. Copy the comparator, mark it, and then go ahead and put the redstone lamp. As you can see, it is off, so it is turning on. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. So now we're gonna go ahead and create B. We're gonna put B in here. So this one, we went ahead and copied pretty much everything. So we're gonna change the false to true, and then we're gonna go ahead and change the location. So we don't have to type everything again. So the location is -134, -53, -120. Always active, repeat. So let's go ahead and create another block. We're gonna go ahead and copy it, paste it. This one we're gonna change this to false. This is our coordinates, paste it, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the comparators, make sure we activate them, and then put the lamps. As you can tell, it is on, so that's perfect. So that's exactly what we want. So we're gonna go ahead and put another block in here. Let's see if we could get a different block that is, I guess all of them say something. We're gonna go ahead and highlight everything, execute, if block. The next one is 132, -53, and -122. And like I said, we want the lever. So we want the lever, and then we want the properties. The properties is we're looking for powered. So we're going to put powered, press the tab button, and then we want to know if it's true. So we're going to put true, square bracket, always active, repeat, and then done. Copy it again, paste it here, activate, and put it here. So it's not active, which is perfect. So we do have all the levers off. So all of these should technically be off. So we're gonna go ahead and copy this one, put it over here, put in the control button, copy the next one, and then we're gonna go ahead and change this to false. And then go ahead and copy the redstone lamp, and then we're gonna go ahead and put another command block over here for D. Same thing, right click, hold control button, erase, execute, if block -134, -53, -142, and then like I said, lever, and then we want to know if it's powered, and we're gonna go ahead and put true. And the square bracket, and then always on, everything looks good. Copy it, and make sure we have it active. So we're gonna go ahead and copy, like I said, hold the control button and then press the middle button, and then now we paste it by right clicking, copy the comparator, paste it, copy the redstone lamp, paste it. Now we're gonna go ahead and change this from true to false, and then all I do is just select it and then just press the tab button and autofills. That makes things a lot easier. Press done, it's active, so that's perfect. So now that we have all our different levers, the powered and non-powered, aka on or off, we have them all right here. Now we're gonna go ahead and start with our grid. In our grid, we're gonna go ahead and start from the corner over here and make sure we count from here. We're gonna count to this corner. We're gonna go ahead and just put a block here just so we can count. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the fifth one from here, starting off this next one right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna put right here the command block D. Since I put D here from our grid that I showed you earlier, because we're starting from the corner, we're gonna start from, if I'm not mistaken, it is T15. So we're gonna start off from T15. So T15 is all active, CD. So we're gonna go ahead and put a command block here, and we're gonna go ahead and copy the command block for D. So like I said, hold the control button, copies it, and then we're gonna go back over here and paste it over here. And then we want C powered, meaning it's on. So we're gonna get this one, copy it, put in the control button, and then moving over here and put it over here. Now that we have both of these, we're gonna go ahead and put a lever. I mean a repeater. So it doesn't look like I have a repeater. Let me go ahead and go to redstone and drag the repeater. Now that we have the repeater, we're gonna go ahead and put it here, here. Once we do that, we're gonna go ahead and put 2 white blocks here. And then we're gonna go put torches up here and over here behind it. And then you see how this is on? We want it to be off because these two are not active, so they're off. So right here, this one should be off because this is the AND. We're making the AND gate, and this is the way the AND gate looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and put redstone, the redstone dust. So we're gonna put the redstone dust right up here. So now it turns it off. So that's perfect. Now let's go ahead and test it. We got to make sure C and D are active. So let's go ahead and test it before we continue. So we're gonna go down here. And that's this one, if I'm not mistaken, is A. So that's B. So we need C and D active. So now we're gonna go to our command base, which is up here. And then it is not working. So the reason is because these I have backwards. So we're gonna put I think, okay, maybe not. Let's see. So C and D are active. That is correct. Let's see. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. So we need to make sure we do comparators. So the repeater does not work with these blocks. So we got to make sure we use a comparator. So we're going to go ahead and put it here, put it in there. And then make sure they're always, I usually like to activate them, the subtractor. So there you go. So now it powers off because they're both on, which is perfect. So since this is an AND gate, these two are on, it activates right here to turn it on. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we need. We're going to go ahead and go over here. We need A and B. So for A, we're going to copy this one. And we're going to go ahead and paste it over here. And then for B, copy this one and then paste it over here. And for this one, like I said, we have one block here. So it's going to be right here. We'll come from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 7, we put the block over here. So from here is 7. And from this one, it's 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be 5 by 7. And then we'll go ahead and continue. So let's go ahead and put a comparator. So we're going to go ahead and put it over here. And then make sure we have them active, and then go ahead and put the blocks here. So now we have 4 blocks or 3 blocks. We're gonna go ahead and put the torches and then put the redstone dust. So right now it's off because both of them are off, so that's perfect. That's exactly what we need. So now that we have this finished, we're gonna go ahead and create another section here. We're gonna go ahead and do it around here. This one's gonna come down here, and right here we're gonna put a lever. I mean a repeater. So we're gonna go ahead and put a repeater here and a repeater here. We want it to align with this one over here. We always want to align with on this side. We're gonna align all of them going this way and all of them going that way. So we're gonna go ahead and put some dust here and then put a block here. And then we're gonna put the 3 blocks so it can match over here. So now if these two are on, we're gonna make another AND gate here, which these two will be on. So we're gonna go ahead and put the torches and then make sure we put the redstone dust up here. So we need to bridge this up here because we don't want it to touch this lever, this repeater over here. So we're gonna go ahead and put a block here to make a bridge. So now we have a bridge and now they're not gonna be touching. So now we're gonna go ahead and move the redstone dust over here. And we want to go sideways. We want to make sure it doesn't touch the corners, because if it touches the corners, sometimes it gets activated. So we kind of don't want to do that. So we're gonna go ahead and when we connect, we're gonna go ahead and connect over here. Usually I like to do it like this. So we're gonna go all the way to the corner, and here it's gonna go all the way straight that way. And then when we want to connect to one of the AND gates, we're just gonna go ahead and move it one down and then put the AND gate there. And then this bridge will carry over. So now when we add the redstone dust here, it's gonna go over and it's not gonna be touching this redstone dust. So that's perfect for our example here. So now that we have this done, we're gonna go ahead and put a, if I'm not mistaken, a repeater. No, let's put a comparator. So now that we have that one on here, we're gonna go ahead and put a command block. So right now I'll show you what can we do here for this command block. Right now I'm gonna leave it blank, and then I'll go activate the other two to make sure this both are active. So we can have this one active to teleport us to the location that we want here. So this one, all of them all of them need to be active. So we're gonna go ahead and go here. We're gonna go ahead and activate A and B. So that's A and B are active. Now what we kind of want to do is this is the teleport that we're gonna create here. So as soon as somebody walks through here, it's going to teleport us to the location that we desire. So we're gonna go over here and go ahead and get the coordinates from the corner, which is 149. So we're gonna do 148, negative 50, 150, sorry, negative 54, negative 122. So we're gonna do it from here. So the reason we're doing this corner right here is because we're gonna go 3 this way and then 3 that way. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this square right here, we're gonna go ahead and anybody that steps into this boundary in here, we're gonna go ahead and teleport them. So that's what we're doing 3 by 3, and we're gonna get the location negative 148, negative 54, negative 122. So let's go ahead and go to our command block. We have them all active already. So we should be able to teleport to the location that we desire. So now, like I said, both of them are active. Creating this activates this. Right here, always active. We need to change this to needs redstone because we need the redstone dust in here, the redstone. And then we're going to go ahead and create our command. Our command is, for this one's going to be execute as at a square bracket x equals the coordinates that we want our teleport from. So it's going to be negative 148 comma y equals negative 54 comma z equals negative 122 comma, and then here's where I'll send you the 3 by 3. So we want dx equals 3 comma dy equals 3 comma, and dz equals 3. So this gives us our 3 by 3 block to make sure anybody that enters in there gets teleported to the location that we desire. So now we're going to go ahead and end the square bracket. And now we're going to go ahead and run the command, which is run teleport and then at s and then our location, the location we want to teleport. So currently we want to teleport to my home base. So we're going to put negative 46, 64, negative 17. And we're going to go ahead and press OK. So we make sure it's repeat and needs redstone. Because if it's always active, then that means this one's always going to be active. We only want it to be active when this redstone is active. So let's go ahead and go down here. And then all of them are active. So we should be able to walk through here and get teleported. And we do get teleported to our TARDIS, as you can see here. So our TARDIS at our home. Now we're going to go back to our home base. Now for our home base, all we have to do is step on this block. So I went ahead and created a pressure plate here. And right here next to it, I added a command block. The command block is just simple. Teleport the nearest person to these coordinates. So at P, and then this is the TARDIS of my friends. We're going to go ahead and use that. So I'm going to go ahead and put this block back and go ahead and get teleported. So now we're teleported back to my friend's TARDIS. We're going to go back to my TARDIS, which is over here. And then we're back home. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and deactivate one lever. And then we're going to try teleporting. It's not going to work because we haven't created it yet. And this means that our logic is working correctly. So now let's go back and create the rest of them. So we're going to go back up here. And then we could go ahead and start off this one over here on this side. So here we have C on and D off. So we're going to go ahead and copy the C because this one's C on. We're going to go ahead and copy it over here. And then we need D off. So D off is over here, which is D non-powered. And then we're going to go ahead and paste it here. So now that we have that, we're going to go ahead and copy the comparator, put it here and here. and then go ahead and copy the blocks, and then go ahead and put 2 torches here and another torch here, and then don't forget the dust in between. This is very important. If you forget this step, it might not work and it might give you different results. So now that we have that, we're going to go ahead and put redstone dust here on these blocks, and then we're going to continue this way. So like I said, we're going to copy this all the way through. So in here, we're going to go ahead and put this block over here, and then we're going to go ahead and put a repeater here. So now that we have the repeater here, we're going to go ahead and put our torch on top, and then copy it, and then copy the torch, put it here and here, and then the redstone dust on top of the block. And then we're going to go ahead and put another repeater here, and then don't forget that this would want it to touch this repeater, so we're going to go ahead and create a bridge. So here's the bridge, and so we can go ahead and continue. And we always want to make sure that we're always 1 block away. So from this lever, we need to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to put it on the 6th one. You want to put the repeater. You don't want to put it too close to this one, because sometimes the redstone will interfere with the command block. So now that we have that, like I said over here, if these are on, we're going to go ahead and move straight. And then in here, here's where we're going to go ahead and connect. So that's the way we're going to create our next location. And then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to put the comparator. We're going to place it here. And then we're going to go ahead and put another command block. We're going to go ahead and right click. And we're going to go ahead and erase what it says here already. And we're going to go ahead and type in the same command, which is execute as at a square bracket x equals negative 148, comma, y equals negative 54, comma, z equals negative 122, comma, and then we're going to put dx, because this is the dimensions that we're going to give it. We want to go 3x, and then we want to go 3 blocks in, 3 blocks through the x, 3 blocks through the y, and 3 blocks through the z. And then we're going to go ahead and close the square bracket. And then we're going to go ahead and click run. Okay, so we did something wrong in here. So we have x equals negative 148, comma, so it looks correct. I'm going to go ahead and just continue. And let's see. Oh, okay, so so here's the problem. I put x instead of z. So we have dz, dy, and dx. And we're going to go ahead and type in run. So, okay. Here's actually our error. So a good thing about here is whenever you're typing, it says unknown option dy3. So that tells me there's an error there. So that's why I was able to find it kind of quickly. So I'll put it equals here, 3. So now we have it. It's not red no more. And we'll go ahead and type in our teleport. And then we're going to go ahead and type in at s. And then the location we want to go to. So we're going to go ahead and go to a town that we have here. So we're going to go negative 1306, 86, negative 229. So that's the location we're going to go. So we're going to go ahead and make sure, like I said, not always on. We got to make sure it needs a redstone and it's repeated. So right now it's actually off. In order to turn this one on, we need to make sure that C is on. And so it's ABC on. So we're going to go ahead and go down here. So we're going to go over here and go ABC. So this one needs to be on, A, B, and C. So D needs to be off. So now once we go in here, It will take us to our other TARDIS. So now this is our other location that we have here. Here we have another TARDIS that we created. Same thing, we have a pressure plate. Takes us back to our TARDIS. So now we're gonna go back. And then go ahead and let's get our location here, which is 134, 54, and then we could do 134. So we'll get that location just to make it easier so we don't have to go to the other TARDIS that we have there. And then let's go ahead and let's see if we could make a teleport here that takes us back to our command block, to our command base. So we're gonna go ahead and put a block here. Let's put it up here. And then in here, let's make sure we get the coordinates. So we're gonna get negative 131, 54, and 106. So let's go ahead and write those down. And let's go ahead and go up here. And let's go ahead and make something on this corner over here. So this corner over here, it's going to be 149, 39, and 101. So let's go ahead and create a block here. Execute. So we're going to go ahead. This one we're going to always leave it on. We're going to go ahead and delete it here. The reason we always want this one on is because we're always going to use this teleport no matter when. So we're going to go from our command block to our shortcut. So we're going to type in execute and then as and then add sign. And then we're going to do a square bracket x equals negative 149, comma, y equals negative 39, comma, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a z equals, the z is negative 101, comma, the x, and this one we're just going to do 1, we're just going to do 131, so it'll be 1 because we want it one block. Make sure we put equals, comma, oopsie, 1, comma, the y. This one we're gonna do 3, so we're gonna do 3 up, comma, the z equals 1. So now that we have all that, we're gonna go ahead and close the square bracket and then go ahead and click run teleport. And then the location we wanna go to, don't forget to put the at s. And then the location is negative 134, 54, 134. So we're good here. So we're gonna press OK. And then we're gonna go ahead and move through here. Teleport us back to our TARDIS. And let's go ahead and do the same thing to this one over here. Teleport us back over there. So we're gonna go ahead and erase all of this. Execute as at a x equals negative 131, comma, y equals negative 54, comma, z equals negative 106, comma, and then we're going to do, like I said, dx equals to 1, dy equals to 3, and dz equals to 1. So that gives us that block, and then we're going to go ahead and get teleported. So we're going to type in run teleport, and then at self or at s, and then the location we want to teleport to. So it's going to be 1, negative 7, 157, negative 139, and then negative 101. So we want to make sure it's always on or active, and then press done. Oops, we got teleport already. So perfect. So now when we go to this one, teleport to our TARDIS, and now when we want to go back, we could just go over here instead of taking that long way because that was way too long. So now that we have all that, we already built it this way. So now let's go ahead and go over here and start building this side. So in here we need active A and B. B is non-powered. So we're gonna go ahead and get powered A, which is this one, and then non-powered B. which is the snow here. So hold, like I said, hold the control button and middle button and go ahead and paste it there. And let's go ahead and get the comparators and put them in here. Make sure they're active, and then go ahead and put the blocks. So now that we have the blocks, we need to put the torches, and then we're gonna put another torch here, and then the redstone dust. As you can see here, it is active, and that's not what we want. So we gotta make sure we put it this. This makes it the AND gates. And we're gonna go ahead and continue here, and then we're gonna go ahead and put another block over here. So all of these are kind of gonna match. So now you just have to line it up. So now we have 3. And then go ahead and put the repeater. So this repeater here, we're gonna go ahead and so now it connects, create the bridge again, and so on. So now that we have that, we're gonna go ahead and copy the torches. Put the torches on top, one in the bottom, and the redstone dust. Once you get the hang of this, it does get a bit quicker. And we're gonna go ahead and continue over here. So now this one gets connected. So now in here, we gotta make sure we have enough power. Right here, we're going down to 2. So we're gonna go ahead and put a repeater here to repeat the signal. And then now that we know where it is, we could kind of match it because all of them should be about the same length. So right here, you're gonna go ahead and put another repeater. So we go ahead and continue. So now that we have that, we're gonna go ahead and just copy over here. Copy the comparator, put it on this block, and then go ahead and put the command block. We'll just go ahead and just copy this one. And we would just paste it here. And this one, this location, we would go ahead, since all the beginnings the same, all we gotta do is just change the teleport location. So on this one, we're gonna go ahead and go to, I have a cave, so we have a -20, 50, 74, and then -227, which is one of the caves that I discovered. So of course, like I said, needs redstone does repeat perfect. So now we have a different location. And if you like, you go ahead and start putting signs on these, letting you know which ones they are. I went ahead and created these signs over here. So on this corner, it should be T15. So this one right here is going to be T15. So we're going to go ahead and put a sign here real quick. And we're going to put it here. And we're going to put T15. So that's T15 there. This one should be T14. So we're going to go ahead and put T14 and so on. So if this one is T15 from our graph, this other one should be our T11. So right here we're going to put T11 and so on. So we're just like copy the exact thing where we have it in our graph. And then we're going to go ahead and finish this off real quick. Like I said, all you're doing is just copy this row over here. So you just got to put it down here. So right here, we still have plenty of redstone dust. It looks like it's still active. It's 8, so we're still good. So here we're going to go ahead and put another block, and we're going to go ahead and continue the same process. With the comparator, like I said, never forget about the redstone dust. And then the repeaters. This one goes here, and then put another block. Now on this one, you want to put the repeater up here. It's already going down to 3. So we want to make sure we put it in here. Make sure we want to put it in between, because usually if you put it on the last one, it might not catch it. So I usually like to put it in the middle just in case. And then we're gonna go ahead and there you go. And that's it. And that's the bridge that we could create. So now here is the way it's gonna look. Now let's go ahead and do a time lapse and try to see if we could finish all these different teleport systems for these 16 different locations. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a time lapse here. that's the way you go ahead and create a grid system for your 16 different locations with 4 different levers. So now with 4 different levers, we're able to go to 16 different locations. And that is it. You just build your very own TARDIS teleport system in Minecraft using 4 levers and command blocks. If you like the video, please hit that like button, subscribe for more redstone builds, and drop a comment on what kind of... And that is it. You just build your very own TARDIS teleport system in Minecraft using 4 levers and command blocks. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe for more redstone builds, and drop a comment for what kind of destination you would like to add to your TARDIS. Here, we're here, over here, we're here, what we want here. Here we have here, block here. Here it says need here, been here. Here's just a little. Here we have over here, block in here, here for D. Over here, we'll go block here, just over here, right here, 1 to here, A here, from our here, and here, and here, over here, here, box here. This one should be here, down here, right here to turn up here. We need here, so it's gonna be here, 1 here. So here is here, here, which is here because we're here, so dust here, it's here, we're here, from here, because we're here, and here, we're here, and here, towards here on these blocks, here, we're gonna go over here, repeater here, Peter here, so here's the here, if the here, we're here, okay, so here is here, 3, we have here, so here, and go here, we have another one here, that take here, we're here, so here, so we're here, instead of here, starting here, and then here, so here, we have right here, we're going here, so here real quick, here, and here we're gonna put here, so just here, we're gonna here, it's already going here, make sure